If you'd like to work along with me at home, open the Project Files folder, Lesson 4 folder, and then open Text to Columns. If the only worksheets that you work with are the ones you create yourself, then chances are pretty good that they're already structured exactly the way you want them. But in an office environment, more times than not, you inherit your workbooks from some other coworker, or you've imported data from a mainframe or a database someplace, in which case you didn't have any control over the structure of the workbooks that you got. Here's such a workbook, where we have the first and last name scrunched into one column, column A. What we'd like to do is take the last name and put it in column B so that we can sort by last name. Excel comes with a great tool to help us do this. We'll find it on the Data tab, and in the Data Tools group, it's called Text to Columns. But before we use it, there's one warning here. When we split the last name out and put it in column B, it's going to overwrite the company information that's already there. So we need to create a new blank column to the right of the column we want to split in order to prevent it from overwriting our company names. So we're going to right-click on the B and choose Insert, pushing all the company stuff to the right and giving us a nice, clean column to work with. Now the next thing is we have to select all the names in column A. Here's a keyboard shortcut. Click on Dean Thomas, hold down the Shift key, tap the End button on the keyboard, and then tap the down arrow on the keyboard, all the while leaving your Shift key held down. This takes you to the very bottom of the data. Now I can use the wheel on the mouse to quickly get back to the top. With our data selected, we're ready to go ahead and start the Text to Columns procedure. Click the Text to Columns button, and this brings up the Convert Text to Columns wizard, where we're going to be asked, do you want to work with delimited text or fixed width text? Well, what's the difference between the two of them? We'll take a look in column A. What is it that separates the first name from the last name? Well, the answer is a space. And that space can be used as a flag to tell Excel, yep, this is where I want you to split it. That's what delimited means. For now, we'll click Next. Excel gives us a list of possible delimiters. Tab is the default setting, but that's not what we want this time. We're looking for space. But as you can see, there could be other things that separate your first name from your last name. Perhaps a semicolon, a comma, or some other character that you just like to type in the box there. You can see in the preview how Excel intends to split the data, and it looks pretty good right now. So we'll go ahead and click Next, where for our first and last names, we really don't have to take any further action. So we'll just click Finish. And there you have it, all the last names in column B. All that remains now is to put some labels at the top. We'll call this first name, and then last name. Let's take a look in column G at the zip codes. Zip codes typically are either 5-digit zip codes or 9-digit zip codes. That would be zip plus 4, and that's exactly what we have here, a 9-digit zip code. We'd like to separate the main zip code from the plus 4 part, putting the plus 4 part in column H. As it turns out, column H is blank, so it doesn't require us to move anything around, so all we'll do is select all the zip codes. Again, we'll start at the top, Shift End down arrow, and then use the wheel on the mouse to scroll back up. Then we'll go to Text to Columns, and this time we're going to use the Fixed Width option. You'll use Fixed Width when everything in the column is exactly the same number of characters as we have here. Every zip code is a 9-digit zip code. So we'll click Fixed Width and click Next, and then we'll use the mouse to tell Excel where to split the numbers. We just want to click between the 5th and 6th number. Now it's easy to click in the wrong place, but it's also easy to fix. Grab the little arrow and drag the line where you want it to go. Once you're satisfied that you have it broken up in the right place, click Next, and then we'll take a look in the preview and see how it worked out. The numbers look like they're split in the right place, and Excel offers to format these in the general format. That means that they're going to be treated as numbers. The only problem with that is, if the zip code has a leading 0, Excel will strip that off, because in Excel, numbers can't have leading zeros. They have no numeric value, so Excel just discards them. So to make sure that we don't lose any of our leading zeros, we're going to format both of these columns as text, and that's really easy to do. With the first column selected, just click the Text option, and then click in the second column and also click Text there. Then we'll just click Finish. If we go back to the Home tab and look in the number group, you'll see that all the highlighted zip codes are formatted as text, both here and here. We'll put in a label, and then we'll use the fill handle to format it. Click on Zip Code, grab the fill handle, drag one to the right, which of course overwrites the label when all we really want to do is overwrite the formatting. Use the Autofill Options button and say Fill Formatting Only.